The spark, a Californian dream of Mars. SpaceX, a name synonymous with ambition. Not just another aerospace firm but a crusade, led by Elon Musk, driven by visions of humanity among the stars. Mars was the ultimate destination. California, the land of pioneers, seemed the perfect launch pad. The dream took root in Hawthorne. Early days were electric, a whirlwind of innovation. Rockets were built, tested, flown. Falcon 1 struggled, then soared. Each success was hard-won, each failure a lesson. Musk pushed his teams relentlessly, towards reusability, lower costs, making the impossible possible. SpaceX became a symbol of daring and American ingenuity reborn. It promised a future where space was accessible. The company grew at a phenomenal pace, attracting the brightest minds, challenging the old guard of aerospace. It was a revolution disguised as a company. This was about something far grander, the colonization of Mars, a multi-planetary existence for humankind. SpaceX was Musk's ark, and California for a time was its harbor, a harbor that would soon feel too small, too restrictive for such a colossal dream. Golden handcuffs, the allure and agony of California. California had so much to offer, a rich history in aerospace. Legends were born there, a vast pool of engineering talent. Graduates from Caltech, Stanford, Berkeley flocked there. The weather was good, the culture innovative. SpaceX thrived in this environment initially. Its Hawthorne headquarters buzzed with activity. Rockets were designed, engines perfected. Vandenberg Air Force Base offered a launch site. SpaceX became a California success story, a beacon of advanced manufacturing. But the golden gleam began to tarnish. The state's regulatory environment, known for its complexity, cast a shadow. What was once a supportive ecosystem started to feel like a tightening net. For a company built on speed and agility, this was a looming problem. Musk valued velocity above almost all else. The allure of California was undeniable, yet the agony of its bureaucracy grew. SpaceX was not just any company, it was trying to change the world fast. It needed room to grow, to experiment, to fail, and then to succeed on a grand scale. The state's processes were not built for such speed. They were designed for deliberation, caution, a different kind of enterprise. The clash was perhaps inevitable, a collision of speed and stasis. The labyrinth of laws when progress hit a wall. The dream of building Starship needed a new kind of factory. Musk eyed the port of Los Angeles, a perfect spot. SpaceX proposed a state-of-the-art facility, but then came the roadblocks. The infamous California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA. Permitting became a nightmare. Environmental reviews stretched on. Concerns were raised, some legitimate, some obstructive. The project stalled, precious time was lost. Musk's frustration grew with each passing month. Bureaucrats saw potential problems with dust or local shorebirds. The scale of vision was mismatched. It wasn't just the Port of LA. Other operations felt the pinch. The cost of doing business soared. Taxes, regulations, compliance added layers of complexity. For a company trying to make space affordable, these burdens were counterproductive. Musk wanted to innovate, to build, to fly, not to navigate endless legal battles or fill out mountains of paperwork. The spirit of California, once pioneering, now seemed mired in self-imposed obstacles. The state's policies began to push SpaceX away, not with a single gesture, but with 1,000 paper cuts. Radical innovation on Musk's timeline was becoming increasingly difficult here. California was a place of rules. SpaceX was a place of breaking them. Something had to give, and it would. Musk's stand, a public battle cry against bureaucracy. Elon Musk is not known for his silence or patience. Frustrations mounted, he took to Twitter, now X. He called out California's government and policies. These were declarations of war against slowing forces. He didn't mince words about the Port of LA. Regulatory hurdles were described as insane. Musk was portrayed as arrogant, demanding. He saw it as a fight for humanity's future. "This is the final straw," he tweeted, threatening to move. The message to California was stark: change or lose us. Few dared to be so confrontational, but Musk was different. Section 5. Exodus. The Starship leaves the Golden State. The warnings were not heeded, or not enough. California's bureaucracy remained entrenched. Musk made his decision. The heart of SpaceX's most ambitious project, Starship, would not beat in California. The company had already been testing prototypes in South Texas. Boca Chica village, a sleepy coastal hamlet, was about to be transformed into the launch pad for Mars. The move was swift, decisive, a clear signal of intent. Texas offered what California did not: speed, fewer regulations, active encouragement. Governor Greg Abbott openly courted Musk, promising a business-friendly environment. The contrast was stark. In California, SpaceX faced endless reviews. In Texas, they were building a spaceport. Starbase, as it was dramatically renamed, rose from the coastal plains. A city of rockets, a hub of frantic activity. Engineers and technicians flocked there, drawn by the sheer audacity of the project. The impact on California was immediate. The Port of Los Angeles facility was dead. The jobs it would have created, gone. The prestige of building the Mars rocket, gone. While SpaceX maintained its Hawthorne headquarters and launch operations at Vandenberg, the cutting edge, the future-defining work had decisively shifted. California still played a role, but it was no longer the epicenter of Musk's Martian dream. That dream now had a Texan accent. The Golden State had fumbled the future. SpaceX didn't just move a project, it moved its center of gravity for deep space exploration. McGregor, Texas, already home to engine testing, saw increased investment. The company's Texan footprint grew larger, while its Californian expansion plans withered. It was a story of two states, one that made it hard to build big things, and one that rolled out the red carpet. Musk voted with his feet and his rockets. The message to other innovators was clear: look beyond California if you want to move fast. Section 6. The Reckoning: California's Quiet Regret. Did California officially express regret? Publicly, there were few mea culpas. Politicians often downplayed the significance. They pointed to SpaceX's continued presence in Hawthorne. They highlighted the state's overall economic strength. But beneath the surface, there was unease. Losing the Starship program was a blow, not just economically, but symbolically. California prided itself on being at the forefront of technology, of the future. This felt like a step backward, a failure to nurture its own. Whispers in Sacramento, discussions among business leaders. Was California becoming too difficult, too expensive, too regulated? The SpaceX saga became a case study, a cautionary tale for policymakers. The state that birthed Silicon Valley, that defined innovation for generations, was now seeing some of its brightest stars look elsewhere. It wasn't just SpaceX. Other companies were leaving too, or choosing to expand in other states. The California dream was being questioned, its luster dimmed by such departures. The loss was more than just jobs or tax revenue. It was about the innovation ecosystem. SpaceX attracted talent, inspired students, created a buzz that benefited everyone. When a company like that shifts its focus, it creates a vacuum. Other states like Texas, Florida, Alabama were eager to fill that void. They actively recruited aerospace and tech companies, offering incentives, a smoother path. California's dominance was no longer guaranteed. It had to compete, and it seemed to be losing ground. The state legislature made some noises about streamlining regulations, improving the business climate, but deep systemic change is slow. The culture of bureaucracy is hard to shift. For SpaceX, it was too little, too late. The Starship had already sailed, metaphorically. California was left to ponder how many more Musks it would lose. SpaceX Unchained: Lessons Lingering. Freed from California's regulatory maze, SpaceX accelerated its Starship development in Texas. Starbase became a hive of relentless activity. Prototypes were built, tested, exploded, and rebuilt. Starship after Starship rose against the Texas sky, each one a step closer to Mars. The progress was undeniable and dramatic, a testament to what could be achieved when vision met a more permissive environment. That honor now belongs to Texas, and the importance of finding a home that aligns with your speed and ambition. The dream of Mars feels closer than ever.